We welcome in Tom McIntosh, the head men's soccer coach at the University of Tulsa. And thanks for coming into the Eye of the Hurricane. And Coach, I know this is not the season you wanted, 4-9 and 2, but it is what it is. And what do you take from this year's experience to try to get better?
Well, I think a lot of the young guys were forced into action probably earlier than we had anticipated. So I think those guys got a lot of it. Got a lot of experience. A guy like Till. Played almost every minute of every game. I thought that was really good for him. Marcos Moreno played again almost every minute of every game. So I thought it was a good experience for him. Ashton, I think certainly came along as the year went on. Started probably the last 5 or 6 games at center back. So I think some young guys got a lot of experience and see what the level's like in the league. And so I think that was good for him, and and then I think even some of the younger Mitchell Cashin had a tremendous year at outside back. So he was very consistent, and obviously was second team all conference. So so I thought that was good to see, and so I think there were some bright spots. I think within the obviously a lot of disappointing moments throughout the season.
Well, but you get kind of crushed by injuries too. Thomas Wells and several others, where you had guys missing either the entire season or parts of the season.
Yeah, I mean, at certain points in time, we were probably down 4 and 5 players, and so but at the end of the day, obviously we have to be good enough to to compensate for that, because that's all part of the game, and and that's something we've got to probably do a little bit better job of, is trying to be a little bit more consistent with our lineup. When we hit those spells, I think that's something that certainly I can do. That we got to try and do a little bit, see a little bit more consistency for the players, and I think it'll allow them to play a little bit better. So but sometimes that's difficult when you're juggling the injuries and those types of things.
Well, and you got hit by some heartbreaking losses as well. I mean, you go back to winning 3 straight American championships with shootouts and overtime wins and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of flipped the other way. You had some heartbreakers this year.
Yeah, we've lost in the last 2 seasons. We've lost 8 overtime games.
Wow.
And so obviously, if you can turn some of those results around in overtime, then the record looks obviously a lot different. I think. And that's where I'm proud of this group. I mean, it was a frustrating year, but they never, they kept hanging in there and kept trying to play and kept trying to get better, and they didn't point fingers at one another, and so I thought, that was a good learning moment in a super frustrating, frustrating season. So I thought that was good to see, from the guys, and it showed certainly some maturity from some of the older guys.
Yeah, Harris Partine had a tremendous senior season for you, 9 goals, 3 assists, first team American Athletic Conference. So kudos to him.
Yeah, kudos to him. There's a lot of great forwards in this league, and for him to make first team all conference and score 9 goals, and just his work ethic all year long. Up front, at times he was even isolated a little bit up there, so he just kept working, and so his finishing ability got a lot better this year. It was just to see him, in his 3rd season, he made tremendous strides. He did what we want all our seniors to do, is we want their last year to be their best year.
Yeah.
And he's a tremendous example of sticking with it, and then his senior year was awesome.
Yeah, another couple of postseason accolades. COSIDA All-American, or COSIDA, I should say, All-District Academic first team. Ryan Alpers for you, and Adam Habib. So congratulations to them. Huh?
Yep, and Adam played a lot of minutes, started many games this year, and and obviously he's getting it done in the classroom, and this group's tremendous in the classroom. Yeah. So they've been excellent. They have a lot of good habits. We just need to continue to utilize those habits in terms of our own performances, and we'll continue to get better.
Well, and certainly in the off season, you want to keep the guys in shape, get ready for the spring. But in the meantime, it's hitting the recruiting trail, and sometimes that trail heads right to the portal, right?
Yeah.
I mean, today's day and age, there's so many transfers and stuff, and I'm sure you keep your ear to the grindstone on that too,
it's
right?
It's a different time frame, and that's one thing we have to. Yeah, you're dealing with a totally different time frame, and. So we're obviously looking at the portal and looking at players there, as well as junior college ranks, and obviously all over America. So I like the 4 guys that we signed so far, and certainly we're looking at bringing in more, and So it is a busy recruiting time. So just got to manage. Yeah, you got to manage the portal.
And then once you get it all in, the old ball coach, you have to figure out all the combinations and the chemistry and all that. And that's maybe what makes it fun in the spring. You start putting that all together. Right?
Yeah, we got to start putting that together, and we should have some of the injured guys back in the spring. We're going to have a couple of new players are coming in early, so they'll be here in January. So it'll help us get a head start, I think, on next year and start piecing together the roster and just continue to, like I said, just improve in some areas and get ourselves ready for next fall.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Bruce.
Tom McIntosh, University of Tulsa men's soccer.